Greetings, geeks and geekarellas. It is me, I am back. And so is Legend. Yay! Just when I start to doubt myself, Legends reminds me why it's probably my favorite DCCW show. And it's not just because of the time travel. It's because it combines several things that I love in fiction, like time travel, misfits, having fun. But anyway, before I go off too much on a tangent, trying to make this a more watchable video than my one that I posted this morning, I guess you could say, thanks to tech issues, which I really jinxed myself in that video. Anywho, this episode starts off where we last left them, landing in Los Angeles 2017, where dinosaurs and Big Ben and a couple things are out of place. The Legends have truly broken time. But just as they're starting to adjust everything and they're about to be attacked by a T-Rex, yes, for real, Rip comes. But it's not our Rip. No, he's got a new, more hip hairstyle. He's wearing color this time. Blue. He's in a blue suit. And he says that even though it's only been minutes for them, it's only been hours for them. It's been years for him. For 5 years, he's been setting up the Time Bureau, a secret organization that is fixing all of the Legends anachronisms all throughout time, which included our old friend Merlin. I mean, not Merlin, Arthur. Because Merlin was Stargirl. Yeah. If you didn't watch that episode, you don't get what I'm saying. But our old pal Arthur comes back for a guest cameo. But anywho, they get told, you are not needed, so go. And then we jump to now, 6 months later. Which, oh dear God, I did not realize that it's been 6 months until they actually wrote it down. Holy crap, it's been 6 months. It's been a long 6 months. Anywho. So, what have our Legends gotten up to in modern time? Well, Nate is single now. Amaya went back to her time, which we'll get back to that later, and apparently dumped Nate. Then, so that's where they are. Because Amaya we catch up with later, so I'll get to that later. But then we also got, like I said, Nate's being a superhero, which we get actually a cameo from Keelan Lutz, Wally. And Wally and Nate have awesome chemistry together, surprisingly. Nice. So we get to see that. But we see that he's also kind of not happy with what he's doing. Like I said, he's not with Amaya. He's dating. Well, he's trying to date using a dating app. Which leads us into Ray, who's at a millennial app tech company. And he's trying to sell his awesome designs of how to make shrinking more portable And the guy's like, nah, I don't want your revolutionary technology that could change mankind forever. What I want, it could solve world hunger, could solve a lot of world problems. Nope, I don't want that. I want you to continue working on this dating app. So that's going on. Then, because I gotta save Sarah for last, we move on to Firestorm. We find out that Jax has just been going to school. He's been going to college trying to get his master's. And he's very close to the way, but he quits because he's feeling the itch. He's feeling the superhero itch. Which we check in with Stein, which is bittersweet because we meet back up with Stein and we meet back up with Lily. But Lily is now pregnant. Which is bittersweet because I always thought that I liked the actress, and so I thought that they were gonna have Stein pass the torch down to Lily, which I still think they're gonna have him pass the torch, especially with the whole grandfather thing going on this season, which will be a big thing throughout this whole season. So I think Stein's gonna leave by the end of season 3. And that we're going to get another half of Firestorm. Even though I love Victor Garber. But anywho. So yeah, he's kind of content with being there, but Jax isn't. Which is an ongoing conflict throughout the whole episode. Because, you know, they kind of need each other. For Firestorm. And for living. And so that's where they all are, except for their leader, Sarah. She is basically working at their version of Bed Bath & Beyond. I forgot the name of it now. It was like something tubs, and something. Anyway, I've been going on for too long already. Then we meet the last member, of course, Rory, who's in Aruba, and he's just partying it up. As we later find out, he's been committing several petty crimes and contracted several STDs. Just living it up in Aruba. But he gets interrupted by Julius Caesar himself. But, awesomely enough, his first thought is, find this. Call Sarah. And he calls Sarah and he's like, hey boss. Which I love that he calls her boss. Which did leave me with a note of, are they going to make White Wave a thing? Or would it be called Heat Canary? Either way, I don't want it. But they did hint at it at the end. But anywho. So, he calls them. The three, Sarah, Nate, and Ray decide that, hey, this will be our turn to prove to the Time Bureau that we could be useful, get our ship back and everything. And so, they go to the Time Bureau. They're like, no, we want to put you in arrest. Rip is kind of trying to be nice to them, but he clearly thinks that they're being kind of buffoonish, and everyone else at the Time Bureau hates them. So they're like, screw you, we're going to steal the time ship. And so they steal her. My girl Gideon is back. And they basically just give her a rundown of everything that happens. And she's like, so, work as usual. Yes. And so, they, through sequence of things, capture Julius Caesar and then decide, hey, we got one of those little brain thingies that wipes their memory. Which, by the way, could that be any more of a ripoff of a Men in Black thing? I mean, I think that's why they purposefully made all of the suits blue for the Time Bureau, because they're a little too much like the MIB. So they capture him, and then they will take him back to his time by ourselves, wipe his memory, but unfortunately he steals a book about Roman history that Nate had on him. Now, to be fair, Nate had it because he wanted to see if history went back to the way that it normally was. But he accidentally showed the book to Julius Caesar, so he's like, yoink. And then he changes history forever to the fact that they can't get back to modern time because so much shit has changed. And so Time Bureau's like, you effed up, we're gonna take it from here. And they try and fail. And the new girl, who's gonna be a reoccurring member, for those that don't, reoccurring cast member for the show, for those that don't know, the new kind of bitchy lady will be reoccurring. She gets kidnapped. And so they go in and do their Legends thing, save the day. And basically, it's kind of a thing of, we're going to continue to save the day as the Legends with the Time Bureau's approval. And Rip says, if I said no, would you still do it? And they're like, yeah. So that's how the episode ends. But then we get, in typical CW fashion, the extra teaser. Where it comes back after the end. And this one is Maya. She's back at her time. She's dressed in her normal historical garb. And poachers come. And so then she protects her town. But in a very interesting way. She creates, I think it's elephants and bears. And they attack the poachers. And we don't see it. But we do hear a guy scream, no, please, no, don't. And then something that sounded like him getting killed. So Amaya's got blue glow to her eyes and to her amulet. When usually